G'day, you good dunce. Okay, let me just get this set up. Okay, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. All right. Are we ready to get posters working? Let's start posters after the ads. After the ads. Alright, I think my... There we go. Gotta take care of the initial drift. And then keep correcting for the drift every 5 minutes. Because that's always fun. Alright. Have we done Guess the Game? We have not done Guess the Game. What game is this? It's very orange. Could it be a top-down? I got no idea. I have no idea. It is a top-down. You got a coin drawn there. 84. 84. Oh, damn! It's Binding of Isaac. It was the first top-down game I could think of that might work. Oh. Alright. I guess we're going to do a game of chess while we wait. Who's excited about posters? I need to put all of this stuff on the charger too. I was supposed to charge them this afternoon, but I forgot. So... I'll have to do that tomorrow. Come on, Voyager. Okay, fine. Hey, here we go. Mm-hmm. It's almost like that attack has been tried 4,500 times before. Come on. Fine. Let's see. Move you there. Move you there. And then... Not sure what you're thinking. Push that one forward. Go for it. Dumbass. Yep. I've fallen for that many times. I have fallen for the same thing many, many times. That's very funny. Well, it's very funny when you're the one doing it to someone, but it's not funny when you're the one it happens to. You know what I mean? Okay. So we need to figure out what we're doing with posters. I think I know why my leg has been hurting too. I started paying attention and I lean on my left leg a lot. What up, big dog? Bro is a chess bot. You know it. You know it. Morning, Hadoukenin. Yeah, it... I'm always leaning on my left leg. Always standing on just my left leg, all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to switch to my right leg to give my left leg a break. It feels weird. It feels uncomfortable. Yeah. So. What do we need here?
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. All of our store security stuff is finished. We've got all of that implemented. So now, trying to figure out how we want to do posters. Dan, how are we? Thank you for making me an orange. Very citrusy of you. Oh, that reminds me. That reminds me. A little vitamin D3. And a little vitamin C. For those of us that don't go outside. I'm still up from the last time I saw you, and I've done nothing all night. Fair. Fair enough. I decided to move the files I want to my external drive, wipe the laptop, and start over. Okay. It's a lot of work for nothing. Okay, so... As this will need a static collider on it. It'll need a static collider. When we're placing it, it will go wherever the raycast is. However, Windows are the tough part. These fucking headphones. I'm going to break them. Alright. They kind of work. Kind of working. So, with these, so that's our Sprite 3D. And we have, so the reason for that is that. So we need the image to be facing this way when we look at it, with this pointing to the right side. Then when we come around this side, we also need it pointing to the right side. Whereas if I turn this one off, and I just have this one here, which is double-sided, you'll notice that this points to the left side. Like they point to the same. So, yeah. We actually want that. Yeah. I've started taking vitamin D and didn't notice a difference. Is that expected? I don't go speak to your doctor. I'm not a medical expert, so I can't really tell you. The vitamin C tablets do taste good. I've got the sugarless ones, but they still just taste like pure orange. It's so nice. Yeah, I think I need to start going outside for like 30 minutes when my stream in the morning ends. Just like get changed, go outside for 30 minutes. Go outside for a 30-minute walk, have like a sandwich, or like make a sandwich and like have the sandwich while I'm walking around, so that way I'm having lunch while I'm outside walking. You know? Kind of 2 for 1. Go fight a kangaroo. That requires me to travel. That's a lot further than 30 minutes away. The kangaroo boxing arena is like a good hour drive from where I am. So, okay, so with that, if I add a... No, it would have to be... what I need... Yes, we need to add static body. Go make scene root. Poster. We go front. Back. Front. There we go. Add a collision shape. I have lemon vitamin C and they taste like lemon, but I can still notice the off taste with them. I don't care too much, they taste good. Yeah. I heard but can't confirm. Do they raise kangaroo in Australia like cattle for the meat? There are some. There are some. Yeah. Facilities. List of kangaroo factory farms. Aussie game meats. Yeah, see Queensland, South Australia, New South Wales, United States has a zoo. Another Queensland. Most of it's Queensland. Yeah.
Is it true that kangaroos are kinda buff?
Yes. Yes. Like, every picture you see of a kangaroo, these guys, like, these ones don't look buff. Like, this guy's jacked. Like, he spends all day just hopping around, fighting stuff. Yeah? Eventually, once they're fully grown, they will... I see this guy here. This is a wild one. You know, like, he's buff. You can tell he's just jacked like all hell. This one here. Yep. Yep. That's a deer that's gonna... That is gonna mess you up, that deer. This one here. This guy doesn't work. This guy's got a bit more fur on him. Got a bit more fur on him than this one. And this one here. Like, it doesn't look it, but I mean, he's as tall as this guy, and his legs are like twice as thick as this guy. His arms are about the same thickness. So yeah, he's gonna hurt. He's gonna hurt. Have you ever pet a kangaroo? I don't know. Maybe when I was at a zoo or something, when I was like 5. I don't know. That's too long ago to remember. You're asking me to remember shit from way too long ago. How big is this thing?
What was for dinner yesterday?
For dinner yesterday? I don't think I had dinner yesterday. I think I had pizza for like a lunch dinner combo thing, like one meal that just did both of it. Today I had some green salad, just like lettuce, cucumber, spinach, like that type of stuff. It was nice. It was nice. Some sprouts, some spring onion in there. Yeah, it was good. Hello, Avinity. How you doing? You're second. Well done. Well done. Now, I wonder who's going to get third. It's Dex that got third. What a twist. Oki got the first late. Ooh, gamer. Running late to claim late. Unfortunate. That's late. No one likes to be late. Um, um, so do that. This needs to be item. How are posters handled in things like TCG? What? Like, can you place them at like any height? Or are they all the same height? Posters might be more complex than I was thinking too. Because if you put a poster on a wall, am I okay with the player being able to put furniture in front of the poster? And if I let them do that, do I nullify the effect of the poster? You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Crap. How? How do I put the dang thing up? I'm wondering how to hang my decorations because I can't figure it out. Press C to go to the decals menu. Then select the appropriate category and scroll to the page that the poster is on. It's that easy. Do note that posters require you to hover over the spot that you want to place them for a second or two before they let you put them up. It's not helpful. Not helpful. How? How to do this? How indeed do we do this? We could... Nah, that wouldn't work. Huh. I guess we can just go a poster. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I don't know. I don't know the best way to handle this. I could set up... On vote to bring interesting back. I guess what I could do... I could implement a whole system around... No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna say I could do like a whole system that allows you to go into a specific mode that is placing different things around the store. But that's a big ask. That's a new hotkey or something in the UI for the user to select that then opens up a new UI that allows selecting the purchased bits, the purchased decorations, to then place somewhere around the store. But then you have to go into that mode to take them back down instead of going up to them and just interacting with them. Bit. What would feel better from a gameplay perspective? What would feel better from a gameplay perspective? Because I could... Damn nail. got a problem nail. Yeah, I think having it as a poster that just gets placed would be better. Guess I'm going to try and take a nap. Have a good one, Dan. Enjoy your nap. I'm going to be stuck trying to figure this out. Get you bastard. Hangnails are the worst. Hangnails suck. So, I could... set up an entire system specifically for decorating the store, including paint and flooring and stuff like that. Or I could let those be delivered as other interactables, other collision objects, which... then go up to different segments of wall, interact with it, places it. That's going to take up more interaction objects. More rigid bodies. Optimization's going to be a bitch. So... yeah. I'm thinking I will... I'll just have to have them as placeable objects. I'm just going to have them as, like, same as every other item and furniture in the game. Like, just treat them as furniture. Treat them as static bodies, which can be placed anywhere around the store. And we have multiple sizes too. So we have this one. .075 or 05 and 03. Like that work. Large collision. Medium collision. Small collision. You'll need to be collision. So that's definitely 3-5. Then this one. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Apparently not. Apparently that's going to be real easy to do. So those would be the different size posters that the player can have. Okay. We do that. And then attach script. Go into a placing state. I do need to do some optimization around these. Something where we can like unload the interactable. No, because like the reason why we can do that with objects that get placed on shelves. Like delivery boxes and product, like mystery bobble boxes, bobble heads, all that kind of stuff. Actually, we couldn't do it with bobbleheads. It would just be card packs, bobble boxes, card binders, all that kind of stuff that gets placed on shelves. And we have it so that when you place it on the shelf, the rigid body is deleted and just a static mesh is displayed. And when you pick it up, the static mesh is hidden and the rigid body is added back for interactivity. And we'd have to change it so the interaction happens on the parent of the rigid body. But only for interactables. Everything else, it happens on the thing you're colliding with. God damn. My god, that's like a 2-week rewrite minimum. Because that's going through and changing all of the products. The poster is different because it's not furniture. It's not an item that can be purchased. Huh. I'd be stumped. I'd be really, really stumped. Stupidified, even. I make this an interactable. It would need to handle logic for interacting itself. And that's fine. They all basically do that anyway. Tough. Because just adding more and more static bodies and rigid bodies and stuff like that, I have to increase this more and more. Yeah. Maximum number of physics body 3D to support at the same time, awake or sleeping. When this limit is exceeded, an error is reported, and anything past that point is undefined behavior. Why? What is the point of max bodies? Oof, oxygen. See if it's explained in here. Well, that's not. Here we are. Good night, Sprig. How you doing? Um, because I've got too many. If I leave it at 10,240, then it's going to be too easy for the player to get up to that many rigid bodies. Especially with everything having an array, like an area for interaction. I think in my situation, it's fine to have a huge number of physics bodies. I think it's fine to have a huge number here. The reason why I think that's fine is because we're not moving that many at a time. And a lot of them are disabled and not processing anything. So I don't think this is going to count for us. I think the reason why that limit exists for the max bodies is if you're doing a simulation style game where you've got thousands of enemy units that are fighting each other at the same time. You know, all of those are going to have contacts and collisions and stuff like that. Although there's more optimized ways to do that stuff. I'll just double that. We say that's it. That's the most we'll set it to. And we'll just go with this. So now the issue becomes the windows. When I place one of these, we will need 2 raycast 3Ds. We don't need an area. We don't need an area because not going to be that much. We set these to -3. Your X will be -0.4. -0.435. And you'll be 0.35. That will be able to raycast straight down at all times, ensuring that it is in the store. But when it gets to the window, because the window, or because the collider does that not have a collider? Yeah, it does have one. But you can see how it's just a flat collider. That flat collider isn't going to get the indent of the room. What up, Nicoline? Compositing is really damn impressive. Made yourself, I assume. As in for your model. Are you talking about this model? Like my mech suit? Or are you talking about the game? In both cases, no, I didn't make them. This mesh here. What? Quantum? G'day, you good dunce. Welcome in. I hope you're having a great night. I'm stunned. I am stunned and stumped by how I'm going to implement posters in my game. How you doing, No Name and Melaneth? We're here to comment on your CMake files. Joke's on you, I don't have CMake files. I have make files. Yeah. Hey, you doing, Quantum? What we up to tonight? Give us the details. Yep, I got a robot body. Fantastic. I'm liking it. I need to handle the drifting, but yeah. So you make stuff tonight? Yucky. Yucky, yucky. What I'm doing, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to have posters placed around the store. And it's fairly simple for inside, where you've got these nice flat walls. You know, nice flat walls for your posters to go on. But when you get to the windows, you know, you get to these, and you want to place a poster on these. It's a little bit of a problem, because it's just a flat collider. It's just this flat collider here. Runs all the way across. So yeah, that's what I need to figure out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to cry by the end of this stream, because this is poorly planned. Poorly planned indeed. My only thought is I change these up so that these go back and like flush against the wall here. And we have the window all the way up against the edge there. But that still wouldn't work. What I could do... No, that's just more collisions. Oh my god. I hate this. I'm not sure I can do this. I don't know. I forgot that I had that raid window up. So like these windows don't have their own collisions. It's just like one long collision for the entire wall. What up, Colorado? How you doing? What is this part now? We're trying to figure out posters and how to have those work. But I'm stumped and stupefied. What is this part? What is that even? Oh, that's the front door. Yep. That's the front door area. That makes sense. That makes sense. So it's ringing a question, but sure, it's just no object. Or you want it part of texture. So it's going to be a new object. So we'd have a poster like this, but the issue is detecting where it's being placed. You know, it can't be placed inside a collider. Because if it's placed inside the collider, then we can't detect when we're looking at it because it's being blocked by the collider that it's inside of. And we can't place it on the surface of the collider because if we do that, it's not on the window. It's just like floating off the window. So I either need to remodel or I need to change the collider for the front of the store. Insurers, don't worry, I'll be going through it. All of those bastards are gone. All of these bastards are visible. Then they're going to... like the collider for the front... Collider for the front that goes down there by change it to something like that so you can see it. Comes down here. So yeah, I need to have this as like multiple collision shapes. Perhaps 3 objects. 2 invisible on either side of the wall that detects if it's looked at. Just big invisible rectangle that kind of blobs through objects. Like I could do... we do have ads about to start. Basically, like, if we go with a larger collider that can go through walls and stuff, the problem you're gonna have is placing something on this back wall here that is then able to be interacted with on this side of the wall. That becomes a problem if you do it that way. Can I post a link? I want to show a awesome thing I got working today. so you can tell what level of insanity you're dealing with when I heckle you. That's fair. Go for it. Post it. Like a double glass. I don't know, I mean like this. Don't worry. We're gonna take a break. I'm going to lose at a game of chess. I'm gonna lose at a game of chess while these ads play. See if we can figure it out. I own this one, thankfully. I'm gonna push that up. Let me get that out there. Weird. If they let me do that, that'd be insane. Do I want to just exchange? Because there's no point in trying to skewer anymore, because that wouldn't work. Alright. Now pop out here. Ah, yeah, because I left it open. Fuck. Because they took. Yep. That was silly. If I go there, you go there, I go there, you go there, I go there. That's just a losing game for me. Well, shit, that's checkmate. Yep. 3 blunders. Yep. That's about right. That's about right. I mean, when you've been losing every game for the last week, that makes sense. That makes sense. So when we're placing it, we would be raycasting to determine where we're colliding with. And then we would need to identify, like, we can then place at that collision point, which works for all the walls except for the windows, because these windows are set back and the collision would be about here, which means the posters would be floating out front of the windows. If we create a larger collision and put them into the windows, the problem we're going to have there is that doesn't work for all of the other walls. That only works for the windows. So we could model these to come forward and have the glass in line here, but that wouldn't look right. I could add more collision shapes. So move that up, have another one down the bottom, and one over on this edge. Then the rest of these we create a collision shape for this stuff here. I That's gonna suck. I could. No, I can't. Because if I do that, then it's not gonna work for the rest of it. I know what we can do. Decal. There we are. Okay. So we have that decal there. Being 05, we'll have it appear on both sides of the window. Only appear on one side of each wall. Um, let's add a mesh. Um, there was something weird to do with these. I think it was like... There it is. There it is. So if we do it as a decal, that'll save a little bit on performance. What up, Matt? How you doing? No awesome goodness for you then. I said you could post the link. Go for it. Go for it. Also, what up, Dis? I don't know how to play chess. What are we working on tonight? I'm trying to figure out how to handle posters being placed around the store. Because we've got a problem with windows. Like, with placing it on... Like, placing it on walls and windows. Because if we do it as a decal... Like, that looks good and all. Let me try something here. Oh, fucking damn it. There. If I have it here... You can see how it doesn't place on the window at all. If I increase this to 0.1, still isn't on the window. To 0.2. Now it starts to show on the window, but only the CT. That's not displaying the black. Only the white. What up, eh? I actually have a post 3D prop in my game. Nice. Nice. Is there a texture on the window? There isn't. It's just glass. I go to China in 2 days. Nice. Are you looking forward to it? Hopefully it's for fun and not for something like you being arrested and they're forcing you over. I'm well, thank you, eh? Wide iOS Fairlanes. ECS, FSM, event-driven modern C++ with lambdas and everything. Then mscripted. Fair enough. I don't know what that link is. It's gonna be a wild time. Got myself super weird to a super weird situation. Okay. Okay. I can't even find Wide.io here. Yeah, I can't find that domain. Why does the glass cut out all of the black and only display the white? Why? How dare it? Is it do with transparency? Maybe another. Fair enough. So it sounds like you're going to be streaming on, what's their one? Like Blibly or something like that? Yeah. What do you want to fix after all? It's not what I want to fix. It's what I need to handle via my implementation. Is the... No, it's definitely got a black background to it. Where do I have that test poster? Where do I have it? Props, textures. Props, textures. There it is. So it's definitely a black background. I know that the background, like if I change the background color, I know that will fix it. I know it will work with a different background color. That's not a solution though. Yeah. You're web searching for it, not asking DNS for it and requesting the linked web page. Right. So Word.io is not an indexed web page. Is not an indexed domain. Avant-garde on my friend's account. Yeah, fair enough. I don't think so. Because you can see the black there, kind of. It's just still transparent. Because of this. So for some reason, instead of just placing it, the entire thing is transparent. When are we deployed this afternoon? Fair enough. Fair enough. It's because this material that's being projected on is transparent. Projection happens in real time, doesn't run mesh generation. Let's remove decals every frame with only small performance impact when applied on complex mesh. While decals cannot add actual geometry, that's fine. The issue with using a decal though is it would show up on furniture that's placed in front of it. So I would have to prevent furniture from being placed in front of it. The opacity of the albedo texture. Unlike using the albedo texture with more... Okay, albedo mix. wonder. Damn it. Shit. Are you gonna let players place plaster posts all over the place? Yes, I am. If they want to. How do we handle the posters? I could. I could go back to what I had. Where it was just 2 Sprite 3Ds back to back. But then that doesn't fix the issue that we were trying to fix. Oh my god, why? Why does that have to be so frustrating? The issue with the Sprite 3Ds, though, Dis, is when we're placing them, we need them to be able to place against this window part here, the glass inside this frame. But currently, the collision shape for that is out here. It's like out here where this white trim goes to. So basically it would get placed floating out here. Yeah. And that's a problem. It's not moving the collision shape mucks with the other collision of the objects. It's that if I move the collision shape into, like, if I move the collision shape back, then you can place furniture. Like, if I move this collision shape back, then you'll be able to place furniture into the wall here. Yeah, you'll be able to place it into the wall. And that's not good. That's horrible, in fact. Yeah. 10 seconds worth of Boggle would have begged enough. That's fine. Like, if other people want to go to it, that's fine. Like, I got other stuff to do. I want to get this game finished. I don't want to add another month to my time checking out a bunch of random bits and pieces. You can have one on the rim of the Gua. Like you could. No, you can have one more than one. I do know that, Dis. I do know that. My problem is I don't want to add 50 collision shapes. I don't want to have, like, a complex collision shape that goes around each of these. Because colliding with those, raycasting to those types of complex shapes causes like spikes in the physics process. So I want to keep the collision as simple as possible, which is why I'm trying to come up with a different solution. One that doesn't require me to add a whole bunch of extra collisions. Because it's not just a collision for each window that I need to add. I would have to have a collision. I would have to have a collision up here. I'd have to have a collision down here and a collision down around here. I'd have to have a collision around the frames. I'd have to have a collision for the window itself. And that just, it adds a lot of extra collisions. Yeah. Double glaze make the glass thicker. Like, it's already double-sided. Like, if I turn... No, I'm not going to worry about it. Don't worry. Let's see. If I can figure out how to get the decal to work with a transparent material, that would be amazing. But it's just the fact that it's on a transparent material that's breaking it. I wonder, I can't give a shader to a decal, can I? No, I can't. Damn it. The shader requires the mesh. There we go. About time. Normal fade won't work. These aren't gonna work. Upper fade, lower fade, distance fade. That's not going to do anything. Go for decal on transparent material. Decals cannot affect any underlying material's transparency, regardless of its transparency mode. It means translucent or transparent areas of material will remain translucent or transparent even if an opaque decal is applied to them. If you really need this and can't just spawn a textured mesh in that spot, it's possible to implement your own decal system by passing in the texture details to every mesh shader that needs this effect. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the Sprite 3D posters. But if I go back to the Sprite 3D, I need to figure out how I'm gonna set that up. Because I can't just detect that I'm on the mirror. That requires me to set up a ton of extra collisions. Or I'm on the window. And I would have to get it to snap to each specific point on the glass. I feel like it's a lot of work for very minimal gain. do this. Let's do this. Front, back. Take that. Now, the problem is it's pointing to the right there. I also want it pointing to the right here, which means we get this one. And flip you, not double-sided. Not double-sided. Flip 180. There we go. Now they're both pointing to the same side. Whereas if I turn that on... No. Hang on. You're pointing that way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So it's pointing that way, pointing that way. Which means if we have text going across here, comes around here, we'll still have text going across there. Okay. And then next thing we need to do is the collision, the small collision, medium collision, pretty large collision. If I turn off those, close all that up. What if I just had this as one giant window? Because then I wouldn't have to worry about... Oh no, I can't do that either because I still need to worry about height and whatnot. How hard would it be to just have a number of objects that the player can turn on or off with a different texture? What? You mean like have like each window has a poster that has no texture, and then you can tell that one to have this poster that you've purchased. That is a completely new system. That would be a completely new system. Decal system used in other places, I take it. I do have decals used in other places. I do have decals used in other places. Maybe... It's making me reconsider doing posters at all. There's just so much extra work for something that's so minor. So is there anything else that I would use a system like this for? Like, how am I going to allow them to change the paint and the walls and the flooring and stuff like that? Am I going to divide that stuff up into different sections? Or do we select, like, do we let them select what color they want the walls painted and every wall becomes that color? You know? Either way, I would need to add another collision object. I don't know if I can figure this out. The rest of the store is fine, it's just the front of the store with the windows. We don't want the poster to be going through the separator of the windows. So even if I do get the collision set up so that the player can place a poster on the window there, it doesn't resolve the issue of placing it like between these two. It would go through it or into it. The hell's the poster? That's under storage. So even if we get it placed there, it's against the window. You can see it from the outside. I need to be able to stop them from doing that too. And stop them from being able to do that. Huh. Another question is, will people really care if the poster is hovering a little off the glass? Like Cinnamon Sin style channel will point it out, but will actual players care? I think so. But even if the actual even if actual players don't care, I still won't be happy with it. Like, I need to be happy with the product that I make. I'm not a vibe coder. What about use the collision on the glass as a detector, but put an offset on the placement so it will sit flush with the glass? The problem with that diss is I need to, like, currently all of the walls, like, all of it sits under this one wall collider. All of these collision shapes sit under the one wall collider. So doing that will impact every potential placement of the object, of the poster. Sorry, I'll come up with something. I just need my brain to mull over it a little bit. What's that doing? What are you doing? Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. That's fine, because it just needs to work based on camera position. Also, why have I rotated this? I haven't. Okay. What to do? What to do? A grid placement system would be good. But we don't have a grid placement system because that's not how we allow furniture to be placed. Do I want to remodel the entire thing? Do I want to change the entire collision structure? Oof. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. What we've been talking about seems like you're going to have a special case for the windows. Yeah, but it's about making it easy. Simplest possible implementation. The simplest implementation for those. I think about going forward with the paint as well. We'll need multiple segments on each wall, right? So if I want them to be able to paint like each section of the wall, so like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 by 3. Yeah, so 9 1 meter segments that you can paint. Have one paint can give you 10 segments that you can paint just to really annoy people. And then I'd need a collider for each section of that too. Oh my god, it's a never-ending nightmare. Okay, so I think we need to remodel these walls and the floors. Yep. So currently the entire store is one mesh. Like this here. Fuck's sake. Open. Like that there is the entire store. So you got the wall, the back wall, the other side wall, and then the front. And I also need each of those to be split up into 3 different segments too. Plus the front segment. That's tough. What up, Kenji? How are you? I'm tired and my brain is breaking with this. It'd be cool if you could paint the walls with decals, but that might be a bit much. That probably would be the easiest thing to do. But that introduces its own issues. What if... Okay. I was thinking maybe setting up collision shapes for... Maybe. No, because then that would require me to go into a different mode. Actually, that could work. That'd be 9. No. 2, 4, 6, 8. So it would be 8 windows, like 8 extra collision shapes. They can sit underneath the windows, come up their own different collision layer that we raycast at when we're whole. That we raycast at. Yeah, that could work. That could work. All right. Let's take a break. Take a break from that and let's lose another game of chess. I do have an idea of how I'm going to approach it. Could be bad. Could be a bad idea. But it could also work really well. Thank you. Go there. Go there to stop you from trying to come in that way. No, because you've got that there. Do that. Block you. I've got you attacked and you attacked. There we go. Now you can't go there and get me with checkmate. You prick. What up, Decaffeinated? New mech color, I see. We've got plenty of mech colors. Plenty of mech colors. So you can go down there, but then I'm just going to go there. Now you see, I can go here. And then... I can't do that. I can go here. Still keeping an eye there, but also going up here. Ah, fucking hell. I completely ignored the bishop. Completely ignored the bishop. Now you can take that. Or not. One of the two. Let's see. Go there. Oh, fuck. Yep. Yep. As I said, we were gonna lose a game. I'm always right when it comes to chess. I always lose. Alright, so... what I want to do is set up a different collision shape. Or a different collision under here. So static body. We'll go poster placing. That collision layer doesn't mask anything. I'll put it on 32. Gonna put it on 32. And what do I do? Okay, collision. Triple jump. G'day, you gidunts. How yous doing? I am fighting everything at the moment. Every single thing. Bump that up 2 meters. Yeah. It's going all right. It's going all right. How was your stream? Tell us all about it. I'm just setting up some collision stuff for windows and whatnot, so that you can place posters on the windows. Certainly being annoying, I can tell you that much. At 1.35. $203. $2,065. There we go. Perfect height. Got all the achievements hooked up for the release. Nice. That must feel good. So does that mean all the artwork for the achievements, like the icons and stuff, are done too? Okay. Alright, there we go. Dozens of achievements. It took like 3 days. Oof. Oof. Ouchies. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchies. If I take this... Yeah, let's bump that up there. Okay. This poster placing. It's collision. Exactly where it should be. So that's what we hit when we raycast. We go poster collision. And then I need that across all of them. And when we place, that would go under there. Oh. Because that's going to cause another problem. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That introduces another problem, which is just the same issue, but a variation of the same issue. I did not plan this at all. So that's not going to be the solution. The only thing I can think to do because even if I do it as a large window, I still need to detect that window. Maybe I only allow posters to be placed around the store, not on the front of the store. That feels like a dirty solution, though. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. I already have way too many collisions. I do think, actually, these block meshes here, where does their collision come out to? So its collision only comes out to the front there. That larger collision there is the floor. They go down. Nothing. But if I push them forward, like this one here, I pull it forward to there. Or however far forward it needs to come. Yeah. Right there. So if I pull it forward to there, and I do that the 4th, 7th, 10th, 13th, 16th, 19th, and 22nd. One 6 1 8. 1 6 1 8. Copy. Paste. Okay. So, all of those come forward like so. And here. Raise it up to be the top. Okay. Now we have a gap over here, which can be filled by you pulling forward. All right. So with that, that will all drop down. And then we need We would need collision shapes on each of the windows, and they would have to come up. Okay. If I do that, we have all of those drop down. We have all of these turn on. They would all have to start below the surface. I would need what? 8 static meshes, or 8 static bodies under each of these. Each of which can be collided with on that layer 32. But still need what? 1, 2, 4, 5 collision shapes underneath each of those static meshes. That's fine, I think. Let's add a static body here. Well, it would need 2 collision layers, actually. It would need 2 collision layers. Or 2, not collision layers, static bodies. So this one here would go down the outside. The other one would just be the inside. So if we take this, we add a collision shape. A box. Make it 0.9, something like that. 203. 0.1, like that. Should be. Three. 1.5. This needs to be meter. Pull that back. Two, 6. And that would need to move over 0.09. So that there. That there will be a wall, prevent the player from coming through or anything like that. Item, furniture, delivery, all that type of stuff. Ah, shit. No, because now that's going to break furniture placement. What up, Duke? At which point do you receive VHF? What the hell do you mean? What do you mean, receive VHF? How you doing, Woosah? Thank you for making me white. Yeah, this one's tough. This is a tough problem. I think your parents did that. What made me white? I don't know. And you can't say that. You haven't seen my parents. So. So it's a dumb question, but when you're placing furniture, does it clip to the floor? It stays at floor height, but we raycast forward from the player. So if the player's looking down at the ground, the raycast gets closer and closer to the player because it's colliding closer and closer on the floor. And if they're looking straight up, then if they're looking at a wall while they're looking straight up, then that's going to be where the furniture is being placed. It's going to be at that point of collision. But if we change this up so that the collision is inset into this window, not inset into this window, then it's going to try and place the furniture there at that collision point with the window. What I could do is split it out into my previous idea. After a big Arch update, I finally fixed a long-standing issue with multimedia streaming stuffs that stopped playing. I had a conflict with Pulse Audio and Pipewire. Ah, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yep, I think that's an issue that a lot of people have. A lot of people will make that mistake. So, what I'm thinking... If I take this, move it up to be there, move it up to be that height, get rid of that now, and we move it forward, to be there. Duplicate that. Move it down. so that it's there. Overlap it a little bit. Duplicate it again. Make it unique. Shrink it all the way down. Have it go all the way up. Like so. Ooh, golly golly gosh, it's Sea Goat. Good day, you good dunce. How are ya? You're just in time because we just got through a 2.5 hour migraine to have something of a solution. Yeah. What did you get up to? Welcome in. I mean, there we go. Reset my body so that it's facing the correct way. This is my mech suit, for those of you that haven't seen it yet. It is very nice looking and whatnot, in my opinion. Yeah. How you doing, Mungalo? Not much Wusa fighting with a cold. Doggo wants to go out, and I need coffee, so BRB, go get coffee, Munglo. You enjoy that. Also, hello, Munglo. What type of music were you writing? Was it rap? I can imagine you'd write a good rap. If you haven't tried, I think you should try writing rap music. I reckon you'd get through it. Yeah. Video game music? Yeah, but like what type of video game? Like, are we talking like a fight scene music? Are we talking like background ambient kind of music? Are we, classical? Okay, so like a background kind of. All right, fair enough. I decided to start telling jokes in sign language. That way I know for sure nobody's heard them. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. For anyone here that's deaf, doesn't matter. You didn't hear what we said, so it's fine. Everything's fine. There we are. Yeah, share away. Share that cloud of sound. Yeah, there we go. Yesterday I tried to make a chemistry joke, but there was no reaction. Wrong ingredients. The joke wasn't... No. No. Actually, periodic element pH. Okay, so that's only used for historically denoting potential of hydrogen. Is a scale used to identify the acidity or base acidity? You could say, Woosa, that your joke wasn't like how can I fit that in? I don't know. Time's passed. Terrible joke. My joke. What I'm setting up at the moment for everyone that's come in is I'm trying to set up a way for players to place a poster without having it floating in front of the window. So, yeah. And also my mustache is a bit droopy today. Yeah. Poster wall. One and 32. One and 6. 1 and 6. 1, 6, and 32. Okay, so under here, I want to add a collision shape. I'm going to go box shape. Go. Have this expand out a little bit. How? Oops. Do that. Move back. Move back. Okay. Actually, how? Z. 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 There we go. Beautiful. My gambling addiction hotlines, or gambling addiction hotlines would do so much better if every 5th caller was a winner. Congratulations, you won free therapy. Yay! You're this month's super winner. What do they win, Gary? Well, this week's super winner gets a new car. I don't know. Do that. I think I'm gonna head to bed though. It's 3 a.m. God damn, 3 a.m. Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. So I'm very focused on this because, as I said, we spent like 2.5 hours trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna do this. And now we have a solution. We have a solution. Is it the best solution? God, no. It's absolutely terrible. Is it gonna work? Yes. Is it gonna have a performance hit? Probably. Everything I does has a performance hit. Okay. I think that's good enough. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. I can now take these. All of that so that we can have a collision inside the store, but not outside the store, so that the player can place a poster within the window, but not outside the window. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not allowed. You didn't say the magic word. Didn't say the magic word. Okay. Point one. Go that way. Have it down 0.5 at the corner. Duplicate. Over there. Duplicate. Have this one up. And you up. Okay. That's going to make sure that where we're placing it is within the confines of a wall or something that it can place. I just had the JP ref in mind. Jurassic Park ref, yeah. Got hired at a thermometer factory. Turns out it's just temp work. Whoa, you have a body. Just need to fix clipping. Awesome. Yeah, see, that's a bit of an issue because my projection doesn't have depth. It's just projected on a flat 2D area. So obviously, like, I need something to... Yeah. Stop projecting. I'll stop projecting when you start projecting. Huh? I don't know what that means. But yeah. Deadlock. Don't worry, like, for the, like... My mind is going over Deadlock right now. Like, that's half the reason why this has been so difficult to do, because my brain has just been thinking about Deadlock. I keep drifting off, being like, but if I'm playing Haze, what if I just stack bullets and weapon damage and nothing else? I may have ruined all of this. I think you have, gamer, you prick. I think we need to sit down. We need to do an entire day of just Deadlock. Me, you, Cavino, Questley, Dex, whoever. We just Deadlock for like 16, 18 hours. Just get it out. Leave me out of this. Like smoking a whole pack of cigarettes at once. Exactly. You know, surely it's not going to add to the addiction. Surely. Hey, that's what we like to see. Nice. Not nice. Parry on the side mouse button. I rebound my keys, and I'm more gooder. Now I'm not tapping it on accident. I probably would still tap it by accident. Yeah. Let's see. I guess the other thing, if I have furniture being placed, and it's blocking the poster, I need to disable that. Do I want an area 3D in front of it? I think so. Yeah, we'll say 0.5. Do this. So if we do that, medium. Point 0.35. 0.5. This one, small, make unique. We need this to be 0.21, 0.3. There we go. So those are the areas. Cool. This one here needs to be not that, not that. It needs to mask furniture. And it needs to mask. If I do that, the collision layer of this is item, and that's it. So if we go, we need it to be on a different layer, specific for posters. I mean, I could put them on furniture as well. No, I'm going to put it on the furniture layer as well. Good night, Chapel. This is interesting. If I... Now, let's check out... This one here. You're on 11 and 8. Okay, cool. So 11 and 8 will be good. If I check this, its area is 11. Your area can be 11 as well. But... yeah, your overlap will be 11. Not going to worry about delivery, Bobble, NPC, player, or world. I mean, technically, it does need to worry about world. Do that. That should be fine. Should be fine. Attach a script here. Inherit furniture. Let's deal with that after the ad break. So that'll work. That'll work. That'll make it really... That'll make it function as we want, basically. See, I still don't parry. Idiot. 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 Let me check. Get off to bed. Have a good one, Dis. Enjoy your kasnoodling. Sorry, your kasnoozling. Yeah, beat you to that, didn't I? Ah, shit. Go there. Hmm. Done. Yay! I won via timeout for once instead of losing via timeout. So what do we want here? Security camera. No, that's security gate. So this here. Furniture. Let's attach a script here. Take that one, do poster. Do that. Create. Is placed. Layer 11. I think we turn that off for the security cameras, don't we? Yeah, we have the security cameras turned off on layer 11. Interesting. Interesting. This is a storefront item. Okay. So poster. So this is for a poster. This will come out of a canister. So I've got this canister here that I've modeled. And what will happen is this here, this part here, will like come out and like move off like that. And then like it'll move up and off sort of thing. Or you can sell this. So this here will be something. I have an idea. Get all this. Take all that. Do that. There we go. All right, so we do that. That'll be our canister that these posters get delivered in. And you'll be able to sell those. You'll be able to put them on shelves and sell them. Or you'll be able to open it and place this poster somewhere in your store. God, there's got to be a bunch. Thankfully, I've already done that a couple times. We've got it for the Bobble Box. And the mystery Bobble Box does the same thing. You open up the mystery Bobble Box, bam, there's a bobblehead there. So, I mean, we do kind of already have that logic. Security camera. Actually, gamer, I'm still having trouble getting souls in standard Deadlock. Like, the last game I played, I did okay with souls. Like, I kept going between mid number of souls and most number of souls. But my problem with that is I was teamed up with a dynamo that died 4 times in 4 minutes in the very beginning. It was quite frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So this security camera, it doesn't actually call the parent. Okay. I also need the state. Placing. That's gonna be interesting because it's not a mesh. Ooh, I'm gonna have to really tweak that. I don't think we want this. We don't want rotations. Okay, so if we copy all this, get rid of all that. G'day Cam, how you doing? And now I'm white again. Waiting for my new phone to arrive. Are you getting a good phone? Or are you getting an iPhone? Ah, funny. No further comment. So, iPhone. That reminds me. Really? Interesting. Get a Raspberry Pi and a LiDAR sensor, build what you need. I'm sure there's code out there already. Interesting. Interesting. The iPhone 17. Ugh. So this here is the issue. If I take this, so I can set it there. Okay, so I can change the modulate. Let's go into this. Do that. I'm going to take all of this. The set hold material is going to be a problem. Toggle hold visibility. What we're going to do is go front modulate A. Just that, isn't it? Front modulate A. 2.5. Back modulate. If on. Actually, no, that's hold visibility. The hold visibility is tough. Because that toggle visibility, that's going to be when I pick up the poster. But when I'm holding it, I'll have it packed away. Ah, that's it. It's never going to be held. It's only ever going to be getting placed. Get rid of those two. Go into furniture. Copy this. Oh, now Godot's crashing. Cool. Yay. Well, that's Steam. Close that out. Open this. Copy you. Paste. Don't need any of that. Backstate is static. State machine is there. What up, Deadshot? Bruv, it's rainy, isn't it? No? I actually don't know. I can't hear anything with these headphones in. Apparently. Ah. Yeah, nah. It ain't rainy for me, Deadshot. Toggle hold visibility will be on this. Will be on the canister. Placed. So in I don't like any of this. I don't want it to ever be sellable. That's for sure. That's going to be the main issue here. So there's going to be a complete custom placing. Turn that off. Keep that turned off. Don't need process ever turned on. Don't need unhandled input ever turned on. Anchors. You can actually take all 5 of that. You can take those too. Right there. And then we need a whole custom placing function too. That should be all we need. Look at player. True. Okay. Is placeable. And interact will change into the placing. So I think that's fine to stay as it is. Pack away will be fine as well. So I'm gonna have to set up another delivery another delivery box in the delivery content. And that'll be the canister itself. Which means enums under our delivery box. Let's go canister. Secondary, primary. Yeah, that's all fine. Unhandled inputs. Physics process. Placing attempt, that will be fine. However, doesn't this place that gets called from the player? Yeah, perfect. So everything else should be fine. Placement overlap will be fine. Ah, no. No, not. Take that. Pop it here. Rid of that. Alright, there we go. Okay. That should be good. Go into our boxes. Pop this open. I need the canister to be split out. You split not cursor. There we go. There we go. That'll work. Okay. That's the other thing that I forgot to do. We need this to be post canister lid. Post canister. Okay. Boxes. Poster. Canister. Trez. Not buildings, boxes. There we are. Go into our delivery box. New Windows update has now broken my own work laptop. What, you thought it wasn't going to hit you? The new Windows update is breaking every laptop, not just some people. Like, everyone's getting killed by it. Like, it's a terrible, terrible update. Horrible update. Okay, so we have this canister here. I need to actually tell this to skip it. And pop this open. When you go you and you, skip import. Crash. Okay, fair enough. Now the site teams keep sending the incident back to us. We don't want to deal with it. It's your issue. Oh, I love it. Their reasons bullshit, like they know the answers. Howdy. Howdy, Nathir. G'day, you good aunt. They sent back one because we didn't write the asset ID. They can pull that up themselves. Now, technically, yes, they can. But they need you to do it so that it's officially done. Okay? Okay, they can't just take it and put that detail in themselves. All right, there's a process to be followed. Okay, Cam? This is tech support, okay? There is red tape on red tape on red tape. It's not our template to write it. Down here, it does delivery data. I need to take this. Throw it in here. This needs to change. We need to set up... Actually, the delivery data will be fine. This needs to change. This needs to change. Oh, the delivery data... Oh, yes! That scene there. Oh, have I done... Yes! Oh, I have set this up so well. Oh my god, I thought this was gonna be like this huge, annoying process. No. No, not at all. Not at all. It's actually a lot easier than I expected. So what I can do, instead of adding the canister to this, we can have a new scene for the canister itself. And we'll just instance that wherever we need it. And we assign that under here. We have this scene, instead of it being assigned the delivery box, we have it assigned the delivery canister. Smart. smart. Be a rigid body. I don't need to worry about the raycast or anything like that. The mesh needs to come over. Canister. Lid. Hey, this is what I... This is an example, a perfect example of what I mean by there's game dev streamers, and then there's streamers that are game devs. Okay? So I'm an example of a game dev streamer. I do game dev on stream. That's what I do. And then you got people like Jackie. Jackie is a game dev streamer. They are. They're a game dev, but they are also a streamer. They do some, like, they do entertaining things, you know? It's here. Canister lid. Perfect. We need a cylinder collider. Let's go 0.1, 0.05. Alright, there we go. Mesh and lid. Delivery canister. Oh shit, I created that in the wrong spot. Whoops. Move. There we go. Cool. Mesh. State machine. It's not packed. Idle pickup. Drop interact. Pick up interact. We need an open. Oh, now it's crashing again. Alright, you know what? Godot clearly doesn't want to do anything. It's the second time it's crashed this hour. G'day, random. How you doing? How are you doing? Jesus. Copy. Paste. Freaking hell. Start state idle. Yep. Bobble item. It's not a bobble. It is an item. It's an item, but it's also a delivery. Alright. I'm gonna have to figure that out tomorrow, I think. Alright. I know what we're gonna do. We are gonna go join in some fun. We're gonna finish off this delivery canister stuff tomorrow for our posters. I'm going to get some sleep. And hopefully not oversleep like I almost did this morning. You know? What we need to do, we need to get this stuff set up for the open interact. We need to have an animation that pops that lid off. The delivery box needs nothing, but we can copy some stuff off that still. The poster needs to be spawned from the delivery canister, and also needs to be packed away into the delivery canister. So we're gonna raid a game dev streamer. We're gonna raid a streamer that is a game dev, not just a game dev streamer. They're not someone that just does game dev on stream like me. They're a streamer and they do game dev. We're raiding into a hype train though. So that Anonymous just gifted them 100, so we're gonna go say hi. I will see you all in 5 hours. Have a fantastic time in Jackie's stream, you gidunts. Toodles.